Hope you guys had a good Labor Day. It's Labor Day right now for me, so trying to get all my last white in. Probably sounded accidentally racist. Anyway, today we're doing a little bit of work on the truck at my place. You've seen the last video where I talked about how I thought I hurt the motor. Since then, I've put about 90 miles on the truck. It seems to be doing great. I think we got a storm rolling in. Everything seems to be really good. Since that video, I have put 90 miles on the truck doing all sorts of different driving. It's doing perfectly. What I think happened was all the boost went into the crankcase and it blew some oil out, like the rear main seal. That seems to be a common thing with LS motors that are boosted and not properly ventilated. So today we're just gonna look over things a little more, get underneath it, look at it, pull a plug so you guys can see what I see. We're gonna change the oil because I haven't done that in a little while. And I think we're gonna have to be quick about it because I am hearing some thunder. And those clouds are getting pretty dark. So I can't find my oil drain pan anywhere. I think I might have left it at the old house we were at. So my little quick solution for it is a box with a plastic bag in it.
What size you was? 15.
There is already a bug on my leg.
Come on. Come on. Gotta get the boxes set up. And fuck. Release. I forgot an oil filter wrench. It's about to rain. Ah, fucking wind. No. Get out of here. I picked a really shitty time to do this. It's so windy. This was a mistake. Come on, channel locks, please work. I'm gonna have to get bigger channel locks.
Well, we are going to finish up that oil change tomorrow because it really started coming down after I turned the cameras off. I did have to run back out there and put the new filter on and put the drain plug in just because I didn't want any moisture to get in anywhere or anything. So yeah, that wasn't that much fun. But you know what is fun? Answering questions. Posted on YouTube not too long ago that got rained out, and I was going to do a little Q&A for this video. And 91 of you guys had questions that you wanted answered. And apparently I'm the guy to do the job. So I'm just gonna skim through, answer a few. If there's repeats, I'll skip them. Let's get it. Actually, my eyes hurt a little bit, so I'm gonna take my glasses off. And do I look unusual now? I feel like if I don't wear the glasses, am I really Snydertron 3000? I'm gonna take them off. What's the next mod for the OBS? Shout out from Texas. What's up, Texas? I love Texas. What's the next mod for the OBS? That's kind of up in the air. The next actual mod will probably be an engine swap, either the 5.3 that's in James Brown right now. James Brown is my RX-7. Either the 5.3 that's in that right now, or a small block that we've had sitting around for almost 4 years that I'm kind of going through, just freshening up because it's been sitting for so long. So I'm going to just go through that and make sure everything's good, and then just bolt it back together. We might put that in it, or that might go in James Brown. We haven't really decided yet. I have a truck just like yours and want to fix it up, but this is my only vehicle. Should I go ahead and fuck around with it or wait till I get another reliable vehicle? If you're smart, you should get another vehicle unless you're just going to do like basic mods like intake, exhaust, things like that. But if you're an idiot like someone I know, you'll take your daily driver and completely fuck it up. Could I play around with the RX-7? I would love to. I feel horrible that that thing's just been sitting for like 2 or 3 months now, but hopefully soon. What's next for Goldie Hawn's build? Well, I just ordered an eBay intercooler and blow-off valve and catch can, so probably that. After that, I'm hoping that it'll be good and I can just drive it and have fun with it and then move on to another build, but we'll see. What are the most important things to look for in a project truck like the OBS or Goldie Hawn? That kind of depends on who you ask. To a lot of people, they'd say look for rust if there's any rust pass. I don't really care too much about rust. Seeing myself not wear glasses is freaking me out, so I'm gonna throw them back on. I guess just as long as it runs and drives good. I've passed on vehicles because of really stupid things, but for the most part, if it's a vehicle that I want and it runs and drives good, or it has like small issues, then I usually get them. What's a good cam for a stock 350 Vortec? Trying to find a mild one. Any suggestions? It really blows my mind how many of you guys ask me for like cam suggestions and stuff. It seems like 2 or 3 times a day I'll get someone messaging me on Instagram or something being like, hey, what do you recommend for this or that or whatever? And like, it's flattering, but I feel like a lot of you guys think that just because people like me put videos on YouTube that we're smarter than anyone else, and that's a flat out fucking lie. Like, we're no smarter than most of you guys. We just put ourselves out there for the world to see our fuck ups. I'd say something from golly, that is hard to say. Something from Lunati or Comp's Magnum line of cams is a pretty good streetable cam as far as I know. I haven't used them. Will you ever upgrade wheels? I'm assuming on Goldie Hawn. I'd like to someday, but nothing that you guys would like. And you guys love like 20s or 22s. I'm not into that. I like more of like the street truck look, so like 17s are about as big as I'd want to go. What are your plans for the future of the channel and your cars? The channel, I don't really have a plan for the future. I'm just kind of fucking around right now, taking it one day at a time, see where it goes. It would be nice to like turn this into an actual legit money maker to where I could just 100% focus on this, but right now it's just a little bit of a side hustle where it's just, I'm in a place where I'm enjoying just making content, entertaining people, making a little bit of money on the side to kind of help fund things. I'm not really good at really planning ahead because I change my mind a lot. I like having fun, man. That's really all there is to it. If YouTube stops being fun, I'll probably stop doing it. Are you going to turbocharge the C1500? Maybe. If we do the LS swap, then yes. If we do the small block swap, I'd kind of like to play with some nitrous, because I've never done anything with nitrous and I think that'd be fun. What made you want to start a YouTube channel? Initially, a buddy of mine, Seth, you've seen him on the channel a few times. We changed the battery in his Alero, which was super reliable. He filmed for me a couple times. He and I were starting another YouTube channel where the whole premise of the YouTube channel was we were going to throw shit off my back deck and just smash it and just put videos up of that. So I was gonna do a portion of the filming and most of the editing, so I wanted to get experience editing, so I just started filming random stuff, and then that kind of evolved into this. And can you give us any tips on what works best and what doesn't work? I would say the one thing that I try to do more than anything else is not really originality, but just kind of just go at your own pace and do what you enjoy. If you try to make content to pander to an audience, it's gonna backfire every time, I think. Good nitrous cam for an LQ9. Shoutouts from Cali. What's up, Cali? This goes back to kind of what we were talking about the small block cam. Generally speaking, if you're curious about what cam to get for your vehicle, I'd say go to Brian Tooley's website and look at the stuff he has, because he has a bunch of very specific cams. The BTR Stage 1, Stage 2, Stage 3 cams that are specifically for nitrous, specifically for turbo. I think he has a twin turbo cam. He has screw type blower cams. He has a centrifugal supercharged cam. He has very specific stuff because the dude is, to me, he's a genius. Yeah, if you're just curious, don't ask me, go to Brian Tooley. He's way smarter than I am. You'll get a way better answer. What's your opinion on overhauling a 4.8 on a 2003? I love the 4.8 motors. They're high revving little motors and they still make really good power. I like the 4.8. I have a 5.3 in the RX-7 right now. I would ultimately like to have a 4.8 in that. You put valve springs in Goldie yet? Yeah, when I put the cam in, I did the LS6 blue springs. When's the sunroof coming? Never. How far are you taking Goldie Hawn? Really not much further than it is. The whole point of it was just to be a fun daily that you could beat on, and I think that's pretty much where it's at. And do I have eyes on another project? I mean, I've got a really bad habit of constantly looking on Facebook at the marketplace or on Craigslist. The guy hasn't gotten back with me, so I'll tell you guys about it. There was an 81 Pontiac Firebird that was rust free with the 301 Pontiac in it, non-turbo, rust free, ran and drove, just needed brake lines and something really fucking little. The guy wanted $1,000 for it, and I was trying to get a hold of him because I was wanting to get it, but the dude never got back with me. If your engine died, would you fix it or swap it? I'd probably just get another Junkyard 5.3, honestly. When are you going to put aftermarket wheels on old Goldie? When I've got the money. What is the best camshaft setup for a stock 5.3? Texas Speed Stage 2 or a BTR Stage 2, something like that. And what else might I have to change after installing it to make it run right? You'll have to tune it. You might need valve springs and you'll need a tune. Old car auto guy. What was your very first vehicle? My very first vehicle was a 1986 Fox Body Mustang. You still have it? Since when? If not, why did you get rid of it? I think I was like 13, something like that. He came home with this black fastback Fox Body Mustang. And he was like, this is going to be your first car. And I was like, fuck yeah, it is. We ended up getting rid of that not too long after, I think. I did get to drive it around the yard a little bit. I was too young, I didn't have my license. So later on, he ended up getting rid of the car, and he told me it was because the frame was damaged and it was split in two. And looking back, I think he kind of screwed me over, because back then I didn't know that a Fox Body Mustang had subframes. Come on, Dad. It could have had actual frame damage. I know where that car is. It's still sitting there. It's been sitting there for, I think, 4 or 5 years now, but it is a turd. A few years ago I thought about trying to get it, but the thing's just trash now. What would you say is better, getting twin turbos or just a turbocharger? So twins versus singles. Generally speaking, I like one big single turbo. What color is purple? This is a question that confuses a lot of people. What color is purple? Purple is this blend. It's not an individual color, it's this blend. If you take equal parts, like a complete 50-50 of red and blue, and mix them together perfectly, it makes what is commonly called perfect purple. Now if you do 60-40 red-blue, you'll get different shades. It's a whole thing. I got a whole podcast devoted specifically to the color purple. Thank you for asking this question. Link down below. What color is purple? Why lower your truck? Because lowered trucks are fucking sweet, man. Lowered trucks are awesome. They're so much easier to get in and out of. They get better mileage. They're easier to load stuff into. Lifted trucks are cool if you just want to tell people you got them. Do you let subscribers go to your shop for any type of work on trucks? I've had one or two, I think just one subscriber bring their vehicle to me for work. kind of amusing because I am like a super, not really shy, but I just really keep to myself. And I think if you went back to like my high school and were like, which one of these guys do you think is going to start making YouTube videos when they're a little bit older? I bet there would be 0 votes for me. YouTube's really weird because you're putting yourself out there on this massive platform where millions of people can see you, but you're also kind of secluded. It's very zen like that. I think maybe that's why I like it. What are your future plans for the truck? I'm gonna run 3s. Would you pay me to supercharger? No. Could I pay you to do my supercharger? Yes. It'd be a lot though. Dr. Differential. Which intercooler did you decide to use? The eBay one we were talking about, and which blow-off valve? I did get just a basic eBay 31 by 12 by 3. It was like 77 bucks. I couldn't pass it up, and it looked like the same as like the $140 ones. The blow-off valve was like I think it was a knockoff tile that everybody likes to get. When are you taking the gold truck to the track? I gotta fix the windshield first. I don't think they'll like me on their track with a fucked up windshield. It is really cracked. Would you have gone with a bigger cam for Goldie Hawn? Maybe. I think for the next one, I'll probably go with a bigger cam, but for that truck, I think that cam's great. Of course, with a stall included. I see a lot of debate on small cams versus big cams. You can't really break it up into just small cams versus big cams. There's a whole lot of different stuff to take into account, just like lift, duration, lobe separation angle. Like you can have a cam with huge lift, decent duration, and a really wide angle, and it'll be pretty streetable. Or you can have a cam with really small lift, quick duration, but really narrow lobe separation angle, and it'll run like a turd. So there's a whole lot more to it than just big cam versus small cam. I wish you'd start fixing it up cosmetically. Sorry, I'm not your dude. What it do, man? What up, bruh? What's a good first single cab truck? The OBS trucks are getting really cheap. Like an 88 to 98 truck, they are getting really cheap. What's going on with the RX-7? Not a damn thing. When are you going to the drag strip again? Let's see. Right now, this video will go up Wednesday, and this Saturday in Eaton Rapids at Onondaga drag strip. It's a little 8th mile strip with no timing boards or anything, but they just redid it, and they're having like a 28-inch tire grudge tournament, or a grudge bracket race. I don't remember if it's a bracket race or what it is. They're having some sort of grudge race, and I'm super tempted to go to that. I would love to. I think it'd be a blast, and I haven't been to that track yet. I think I've only been to 131. God, I think I've only been to 131. I really need to like get a vehicle done and go out to events more. Anyway, I haven't been to that track yet, and I think it'd be sweet. But this weekend, Friday and Saturday, is it's an Amish auction called Yutzie's in Charlotte, Michigan, where they sell freaking everything, and it goes dirt cheap. So I'm probably gonna be there. And they on Saturday they sell vehicles, and that's where I try to pick them up really cheap. Like there was this, I'm still pretty upset about this one, so I might start like rage breaking everything. But there was this, I think it was a 94 Ford F250 or F350 extended cab, had pretty much not a speck of rust on it. It was dented in one part, but the truck was beautiful. It had, I don't remember how many miles were on it. I think it was like 220, something like that. But it had the 460 big block, it was 5-speed, and it had every hitch you could think of. Gooseneck, fifth wheel, Reese hitch, and it went for 450 bucks, $450 for a beautiful truck. I was pissed. Yeah, question about drag racing turned into auctions. If any of you guys are in the area, Friday and Saturday, Charlotte, Michigan, Yutzie's auction, I definitely recommend it. That place is, you know what, don't go to it, you'll drive the prices up, stay away, the place sucks. Looks like the last one. I have a stock 06 LM7. What would be the best first mods to open it up a bit? Intake, exhaust. This video really didn't go as planned, but oh, I wish I knew for sure how long it's gonna be. I'm sorry if it's too long and if nobody watches it. For those of you who did watch the entire thing, leave a comment. Say, let's see, what should we say in the comments to prove to everybody else? Well, there will be people that just skip to the end and see this part. If you watch the entire thing, say yellow burrito and nothing else. I'll give it a heart. That's gonna do it for today's video. Thank you guys for liking, commenting, and subscribing. We'll see you next time.